Hey guys, Ray from BougeRV.com, and today I'm reviewing a solar panel from a company called, I guess it's pronounced BougeRV, kind of a strange name. Anyway, they've been sort of emailing me for months and months now trying to get me to review one of their products, and nothing really struck my fancy. They have quite a selection of products. I'll link to their website. But anyway, recently they said they had a 170 watt solar panel, and it looks like it goes for about $159 on Amazon US, about $221 on the Canadian site. So pretty inexpensive solar panel. So I thought I'd take them up on their offer to review it, just to see what kind of quality you get for in a cheap panel. You can see the size of it there compared to my 100 watt Renogy. All my solar panels on my rig are Renogy, and I've been very happy with that brand. So I'm interested to see how this thing does. So we'll go through and do some tests with it, see what kind of current output it has, and we'll go through some of the construction of it, see how well it's built. So first we'll go to some specs here. 170 watt, maximum voltage 19. Output open circuit voltage 22.5, and there's the important one, maximum current 8.91 amps, so that's not too bad. And they did send two of them out, so I'll be putting them together in parallel, and then we'll check out what kind of current we can get through a controller and into a battery. They also sent 20 foot of this cabling off their site. It looks like 10 gauge. It looks like it's got two different jackets on it, so it's what they call photovoltaic wire, inner and outer core, and looks like a tinned copper conductor inside. And then we have the MC4Y connectors, so we can parallel them together. There's spare parts there. So it looks like your pretty standard solar panel. They almost all the different brands pretty well look alike. This is a 36 different small panels put together. They call these they call them a 12 volt panel, so they're meant to hook up to straight up to 12 volt batteries. You can put them all in parallel. So like I say, it's much the same as the Renogy one I have. So I should be able to, if I use them with my system, I should be able to parallel them all together. Physical dimensions are, I'll give it to you in inches, 26.4 inches wide by 58.3 long, so getting pretty close to 6 feet. My truck bed box is 6 feet wide, so getting pretty close to 6 feet wide. And they call it 1.38 of an inch, so a little less than an inch and a half deep. They use aluminum on the outside. Some pre-done mounting holes here, and over here we have the junction box. I just opened it up so we could get a look. It's got a rubber gasket in there, so it's partially weatherproof with that. I wouldn't call it submersible, but it would handle, you know, any splashes that come off the roof. Got a couple diodes in there. I kind of like that they have the terminals in here. If I didn't want to use the MC4 connectors, I could probably pull that out and crimp in my own wires in there. Also could probably, there's enough space in here, I could probably hide a fuse in there if I wanted to put, you know, reverse current fuse on each panel. When you put panels, a lot of panels in parallel, you want to fuse each one in case something shorts in the panel and you have all the back amperage coming back in. So it's nice that it's got a bit of space, but compared to a lot of panels, the more quality panels will have a better, higher grade junction box with better parts. So the other thing I noticed, there's some kind of weird looking spots in here. Dimples on the back. I don't know if you can see that one there. Not quite flat, so a little bit of defect in the manufacturer with those, I imagine. The other thing I would like to see on a panel this large, it would have been nice to have some cross bracing across it like that. their weight, they weigh in right around a little over 24 pounds each. So not overly bad as far as getting them onto the roof and placing them. I went through and had a careful look at all the different segments here, all the soldering. I don't see any real manufacturing defects there. Everything looks pretty good. And they say that it's got a wind rating of 2400 PA and a snow load of 5400 PA. So that's pretty standard in the industry. They should be able to handle a fair amount of wind and snow and even hail. As far as shipping goes, it came in a big flat box like this marked fragile. But of course there was boot marks on it. I guess it was packed well enough though, it didn't crack the panel or anything. At each end they have sort of a corner arrangement with some foam in there, and then this thing sits across the middle, fits in with foam. So it's not the most elaborate packaging, but I guess it did the job in this case. And then to protect the glass they have a big foamy piece here. And shipping looks like free shipping off the Amazon US site and the Amazon Canadian site, as well as the BougeRV, their own homepage site says free shipping as well. So I set myself up a little test bed here, one of my Lion Energy batteries here, and I ran it down so it's basically got one light lit there, so it's run right down. It'll accept as much current as these panels can offer it. I took out my Bogart controller here. I've been using that for years, so I'm pretty confident it works really well. And on the Renogy's, I've seen it pass almost 6 amps per panel, so I know it's able to pass the full current. Unfortunately, picked a bad day today to start this. It's clouded right up. It doesn't look like it's going to be going away anytime soon. So I'm going to have to come back tomorrow, but I thought just for fun it might be neat to see what the panels do in a cloudy situation like this. So I've just hooked up one of the panels. I'm getting 2.3 amps out of it on a cloudy day, so if I hooked both together I should get about 4.5 amps or so in the clouds. But I'll come back tomorrow and we'll test it in a bright sunny day. If you hear a lot of traffic, I'm sorry. Unfortunately right now we're on the roadside of the campground, but we're going to be heading over in May over to the estuary side, and it'll be a little quieter for you. Well, looks like we have a pretty nice clear sunny day for the test, so we'll haul out the solar panels here. Have them stored in my truck. Just to give you the idea of the size, this is a crew cab, so they kind of fit perfectly in the back of my crew cab, which is nice. If I decide not to put them on the roof, I could carry them along and use them as ground panels. Anyway, first test I think I'll do is I'll check each one and check each one's short circuit current. They're rated at 9.44 amps, so we'll see how close we can get to them, pointing them right at the sun. Okay, it's about an hour before solar maximum for today, and we got 9.26 amps of short circuit current, so I'll call that good. They rated 9.44, but that'd be perfect lab conditions. Let's check the other one out. Looks like this one's about 9.31, so pretty close. Okie doke, got the test bed all set up. We got the panels optimally pointed towards the sun for max power. And over on the back here I have them parallel together with those Y connectors that they provided, and 20 feet of cord through my solar charge controller and into my depleted lithium battery. And we got 18.28 amps. So that's right around the rated power, if not a little bit more. Cool, so they do perform as advertised. So let's put them flat on the ground, like say they were flat on your RV, and we'll see what kind of amperage we can get out of that situation. There we go, so flat on the ground, midday sun here in April 18th today, I believe. So we got, what do we got? 14.3 amps. So let's just check what kind of power I'm putting into the battery, voltage and current. It's showing about 18.58 amps right now into the battery and 13.46 volts. So you do the math, it's probably around 250 watts of total power at the battery. Of course, I have a PWM controller, not an MPPT controller. An MPPT controller you could do a little better, up to 20 or 30% in perfect conditions. You can get a little more energy going through. So they have an MPPT controller, but they didn't have one in stock to send me, so I can't really test that. But it's putting about 73% of the solar panel's 340 watts into my battery, so you could think it would be over 300 watts with a better controller. So what's the verdict on this solar panel? Well, it does perform as advertised, at least the two that were sent out to me. Overall, I find the quality just ho-hum. I'm not overly impressed with the quality of the build of the solar panel, but yeah, it seems to work. Price-wise, it's pretty good. It's a 170 watt 12 volt monocrystalline solar panel. Here it's on their website, it's $179.99, free standard shipping. It looks like they have a free 30 days return. I have to probably look at the fine print on that. They also, as warranty-wise, okay, up here on their website, they got up here free shipping and return, 18 months warranty. But you click that and it's $404, so what's that worth? Anyway, the notes that I was sent on this product by the rep that contacted me said a 1-year warranty, so I'm not overly impressed with the warranty either. I think Renogy's come with a 5-year warranty on them, at least on the materials quality, the build of it. As far as on Amazon, I can see here on US Amazon, it's going right now for $159.99 free shipping. Also seems to be a lot of reviews and they seem pretty good, 4.7 out of 5 stars, but you know, you have to take Amazon reviews with a grain of salt. They're not always by normal people, sometimes they're just reviewers. We'll have a look at the Canadian Amazon. We're looking at $212.99, which is a pretty good price in Canadian dollars for a solar panel, I have to admit. Same thing, it has pretty good ratings on the Amazon here, and free shipping in Canada, which is also pretty good. As far as the connections go, so they got the different products on here. Let's go to the solar products. What did they sent me out? Sort of the 10 gauge wire. It all looked pretty good. The connectors went together fine. The wiring looks pretty good quality and not a bad price. What was it, 20 feet, $28.99. So all in all, it's about what I expected out of a cheap solar panel. It works, not the greatest quality, pretty good price, free shipping, and like I say, a little suspect on the warranty. If I get any more information on that, I'll post it in the description and on my blog post. So, till next time, Ray from loveyourrv.com. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers.